Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what is probably the dumbest challenge I could possibly fathom. And I know I'm not the only person to do this. Absolutely not. But I still wanted to ask the question. Can you beat Baldur's Gate 3 with only food weapons? Yeah, you heard me right. We're going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3 with food weapons. So let's just I'm going to try heavily editing this video. I don't know how it's going to work out. It's going to be a thing. So I don't know. Yeah, let's just go, shall we? So right off the bat, I'm thinking I'm going to want to make a barbarian of some sort. Probably a half orc. Simply, I'm like looking at like the proficiencies. Well, okay, no, it's not showing me the proficiencies. But I'm thinking a half-orc barbarian, because as a half-orc, here, this is what I was looking for. I get dark vision, which is always nice. I get like an extra hit point before I'm downed, which is neat. When I land a critical hit with a melee, the damage is tripled. So like I'm gonna be dealing with salami and fudging sausages, and I don't honestly know what all the melee weapon types are in this game, but I know I've seen a few food weapons. They're not really big damage dealing weapons. So the more damage, the better, honestly. And I think half-orc just has what I need. And I also did like a little bit of thinking, like, did I want to do a barbarian or a fighter? Rogue, you got sneak attack, but like that's really not much. Monk, they don't use their fists. I think barbarian's just good because of the rage, especially if I go berserker barbarian, that could be really nice and useful. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I have not considered backstory at all. Does it even matter? I don't know if it matters. Like, charlatan, criminal entertainer, I mean, folk healer, soldier, these are just going to be skills. These are just going to be skills. Maybe having some, like, things that will help me more outside of battle might be useful. So I don't know if I want to pick something like an urchin for, like, sleight of hand and stealth capabilities. I don't know. I need to think about as well, like, my companions. Who am I going to take along with me? Like, they're going to need to wear only food weapons as well, you know, for the really go all the way. I'm not the only one using food. Everyone's using food. So, you know, we got to think about which companions I'm going to take along. I think mages are pretty much out of the question because magic is not food. Surprise, surprise, shock horror. Magic isn't food. Although I do want to like have an exception. Okay, no, you know what? Number one rule. All damage must be dealt with food. Healing is okay, buffs are fine, all those other sorts of magic is fine, but all damage needs to be food related. How about we get that out of the way right off the bat, so that way I'm not like killing myself early on in the run. You know what? Genius idea, we're a guild artisan. We have a particular craft, the craft of cooking. We are a chef. We are a half-orc chef. Oh my god, with that fudging character in Skyrim, you know, the one that you kill for the Dark Brotherhood, the chef, the gourmet. We're the gourmet. Now we gotta make the gourmet. I gotta make their, okay, you know what? I'll do their appearance in a bit. We're making the gourmet. These are all bad. Athletics. Okay, fine. Perception is probably better than survival. We got insight, intimidation, persuasion, athletics, perception. That's not bad. That's not a bad combo. Strength, constitution, and dexterity all need to be high. We're dumb as bricks. That's just 100% granted, you know. I think these stats are probably what's going to be worthwhile. Is it? We don't need 17 strength, that's for sure. Maybe we put the extra in con. Yeah. Balance it like that. Sure. Okay, now for appearance. We're making the gourmet. I need to get a fudging photo of the gourmet up on my other monitor. So this is the closest I could get to the gourmet, also known as Balagog Gro Nolob. So you bet that's exactly what we're going to be calling him. So Tav, out with Tav, in with Balagog Gro Nolob. Okay, there are 20 characters. I'm sure that's close. 3, 6. It doesn't matter. We made it. Balagog Gro Nolob. And here we have him, Emperor Titus Mede II, because I couldn't think of anyone else to be the guardian of the gourmet than the very emperor he serves. Look, it's not perfect. It's the closest I could get. Okay, I'm not very good at this character creation thing. Whatever. Let's go. So right off the bat, we get started right in the middle of the Nautilid. Nautiloid. And the problem right from the beginning is I can't use my Great Axe because that is not a food. I don't know how I'm going to get around this, whether the goal is to just melee for the time being or what have you, but we're going to work it out as we go. We'll melee until we get some food because I don't think we can avoid any of these beginning fights. I know that us is not an item of food, but I'm wondering like if summons are exempt from the rule because they can't wield food. Should I be able to use summons to have some sort of viability, or is that just like not allowed because it's not food? I mean, unless you want to consider us as a brain to be a type of food.
Before they return.
Because, like, you can eat people. Cannibalism is a thing. People eat brains and brains of animals. Well, I say cannibalism is a thing. I don't think people eat brains. But, like, sheep brain, that's a food. So, is us therefore viable because he's meat? I don't know. Okay, so we have us on our side. Still undecided as to whether I want to actually utilize him in combat because he's not food. The spirit of the thing is it's food. So he'll just be here as a distraction until he inevitably dies, I reckon. Okay, and now of course we enter into our first combat of the game. But the problem here is we don't have any food items, and Lae'zel is immediately automatically equipped with a sword. So she can't attack. Straight up, she can't attack us. I've decided he can't attack either. You know what? Maybe the hardest thing is beginning this fight with absolutely no food. I'm gonna want. Can I shove them off the edge? Is this how I win? What? Oh, come on! I thought I was being such a big brain. I was like, oh my god, I can just win the combat here by pushing them off the edge. I didn't deal any damage. Nah, the game was like, you know what? That's not allowed. You're not allowed to push. Okay, this is real unfortunate. We're just gonna have to beat them up until we get food items. And of course, Lae'zel cannot use a sword because a sword is not food. Swords are friends, not food. I mean, if we're going unarmed anyway, like, claws are allowed. Claws aren't arms. So why not just utilize some little claws? People eat hands. I guess. Oh, I killed a character with an unarmed strike. I got an achievement. That's apparently something I haven't done in like almost 100 hours of gameplay, because who in their right mind would? There we go. Now, let's see if any of these guys have any food on them. I doubt they do, because when... Is a void bulb food? What is a void bulb? I don't know. Maybe it's food, maybe it's not. I'll pick it up anyway, just in case. No use picking up weapons. Actually, I can pick them up to sell. I just realized I'm not going to have any ranged at all. That might be a problem if... Ooh, how am I going to deal with not having ranged weapons available? Because there's no ranged food, unless I just lob a bunch of fudging sausages and salamis at people. Like, that's the only way I can see it. And now we get to go pick up Shadowheart, who begs us for our help, and Lae'zel gets mad at us because how dare we help anyone. Oh my god, I've never seen this barbarian option though, so we're gonna see if we can just be strong. We in fact cannot be strong. Don't give up. Tear this thing open. We're just gonna yank it off those chains. Straight up. Gimme it. Let us pull her free. Never surrender. Never submit. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that was an option, actually. Well, there you go. Just be strong. And now that Shadowheart is on the party, we immediately need to get rid of this weird little item. A mace? I've never heard of a mace before. I will keep the shield on though, because as I said, dealing damage with anything not food is allowed. A shield is not something that's going to deal any damage. So in my eyes, I'm perfectly allowed to have it. Also, more importantly, she gets access to the healing spells of the game, which thank God for that, because we need all the healing we're going to be able to get in this. Quite simply put. First real combat of the game. And I say first real combat because those imps, they didn't count. But this is where it's gonna get tough. Now, theoretically, I could just like rush all the way through to the end and just like go. But where's the fun in not attacking everything? I mean, granted, we don't have food, so maybe we should just let everything attack us. Would it be more challenging? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. The first fight you have to fight because it's a tutorial. You're learning, that sort of thing. But this fight, you don't have to fight a single goddamn thing. So we're gonna get through the whole thing, not fighting a single creature. Well, not fighting, you know. We're just gonna rush through with all of everything we got. We're just gonna dash on through. Actually, I don't know if I want to dash with Us. I don't know if Us can actually like cause more enemies to show up. We'll want to have at least one party member at the top. Yeah, we're going to be dodging all sorts of attacks. You know what? This is fine. If we just keep dashing,
no choice but to keep going.
we'll be okay.
On my way.
What was that for? Did I run past them? Who even knows? Oh! That was solid. Okay, we've had more enemies show their little heads, but we're almost there, so actually this might go pretty good. So far, no real concerns. Yeah, we're gonna be able to, we might have to disengage past these enemies. We're gonna take a few hits, is what's gonna happen. Look at them dashing to chase after us. Well, I mean, us and also us, you know? Can I get to the... I can dash? I don't know if it requires an action to use. Is my thing. Yeah, you can hit me. That's fine. Easy. Didn't need to fight a single creature. Have I missed out on a ton of experience? Yes. That's probably quite devastating, actually, to the leveling process. But hey, those are the rules. Food only. We didn't have food, therefore we did not fight a thing. And there we have it. We have escaped the Nautiloid. We just have to hope we find some good food items to fight with. But first, let's wake up Shadowheart, who apparently is not even present right now because this game is perfect and flawless and there's not a single issue with it. Also, let's reach for that artifact. We've got to examine, is the artifact food? Because if it's not food, we're not going to be able to use it. Sorry, Shadowheart, it's just the way it is. Now, it's very important to note, when you wake up Shadowheart, you will get her mace back again. So if you're doing this challenge yourself, you got to remember to swap back to Shadowheart and unequip her mace, because for some reason, the game thinks you want it equipped, when really you don't, because you're doing a food-only run. Anyway, we're going to be searching every single wooden barrel and crate we can find, every backpack, every pouch, because we need a food item, and there's got to be one around the bridge somewhere. Bridge? The beach. There has to be one around the beach somewhere. And if we can't find it, that may be difficult. Also, potions and elixirs and stuff are allowed, because after all, you can ingest them. You can, quote-unquote, eat them. So, obviously, they're allowed under the rules. No worries, no questions. Searched every single body, every barrel, every single lootable thing across this beach, and I have not found a single food item. And the problem is, I know there's a fight here with some intellect devourers, so I'm either gonna have to sneak through that or hope that with my one thieves tools I found, that I can lockpick this door with a DC of 20. It ain't looking too good, Chief. But hey, what have we got to lose? Literally just an entire thief tool. Like, that's pretty big. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Fudging first try made it. Look at that. We can now continue to search for food inside. What, you gotta open just like that? Dang right I did, Shadowheart. Dang right I did. So anyway, this place is trapped as hell. But you know, you can just... I don't have a trapped as hell toolkit. I'm just gonna open it. Loot what's inside, a key, a weapon I can't use, disarm the trap. And then, problem solved. Bob's your ankle. Ankle? Bob is your ankle, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case you were curious. I gotta also be very careful, like, leaving this area, because there will be... I need some sort of food item. Otherwise, I can't fight. I don't think there's going to be any food in these tombs. So this, I might just have to sneak past the, None of this is food. None of this is food. We may be hitting the roadblock real early on, friends.
Than it
So,
should be with such a massive
I'm just
lock.
going up to the Book of Dead Gods because why not? The lock is begging to be smashed. Exactly. Let's just smash the goddamn lock. Why wouldn't we? Come on. Guidance, please. Your barbarian's a strong boy. Anyway, this doesn't help us at all with the food run, but I thought, while we're here, we may as well open up the Book of Dead Gods and find out what that's about, you know? Oh my god, that looks like it hurt. That looks like it hurt. Barbarian smash. So now, while we can't exactly
No sign of a struggle.
do this fight because we don't have any food, we can definitely note that it's something to come back to later. We do want to come back here and, spoiler alert, grab withers and also the stuff inside the crypt. But that will have to be a later issue because we need some food first. And without the food, we cannot do any combats. So we need to really avoid it where we can. And thankfully, there is this exit here, which I actually completely forgot about until just now. So we don't need to worry about the people inside the location as of yet, because we're just going to avoid it entirely. And this lets us basically circle around the entire area. Through this way, we're going to avoid this. I don't know if like going past here will trigger anything. It shouldn't. So we can go this way and we actually have our means to explore the rest of the location, which is really swell. And lo and behold, look at that. We've managed to get our second companion all without doing a single fight except for the tutorial fight. Welcome to the squad, Gale. I hope you enjoy losing all ability to use any sort of weapons of combat because you are not going to be able to do anything. Oh, and we just got our first level up. That's amazing. But first, Gale, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
We have to take this weapon away from you because why did I take it off the hotbar as if that's going to do anything? Gale, you're going to be stuck with your fists only. Hope you enjoy, because Witch Bolt, Firebolt, all of this stuff, grease? You can use grease, actually, Gale, and Mage Hand, that's also allowed under the rules. The rest, not really, Gale. But welcome to the squad. We have our first level up now for the Gourmet, which is going to be more chef's kiss, if you will. What do I get for this? I get Danger Sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against spells, traps, and surfaces. Ooh, this is neat. I've never actually played a barbarian in Dungeons and Dragons, I am gonna say. So I will be learning as I go. Was this the best time to actually begin to learn while I'm doing this crazy run? Probably not, but it is what it is. Of course, Gale is not going to be a mainstay on this team because unfortunately he's just not really usable when we're doing food only. Enchantment might be useful because it can take people out of the fight. Actually, that might be pretty big brain. Take people out of the fight? That might just be what we need. If we can do like Charm Person, grab the Hypnotic Pattern, Hideous Laughter, spells that can take people out of combat could be very, very beneficial. I think that might be the way to go when it comes to using Gale for the short term. Obviously, he's not going to be a mainstay because he just can't. Sleep, Hideous Laughter, Charm Person, Mage Armor, like this is Gale's use for us. Yeah, so we're just gonna save here real quick because this is a food only run, and what can I say?
Creature is on the brink of death, but there's
But-
still time.
Well, you'll see.
You'd give
Also, my
your
bird is being
life to
annoying.
save it, to nurse it back to health.
But you know, I love Pika, so it's okay.
But then
It's
the
acceptable.
feeling slips. It needs sustenance to survive. And
It
with
needs
your
sustenance,
very
and my body
you
can provide. This is a food only playthrough, so maybe we should just, if we can't find any food, maybe we should just
Stand back now.
become the food. Everything will be fine.
Warm, wet tentacles
Hmm.
wrap themselves around your head. And for the first time in your life, you're perfectly happy.
My arm got tiny. Game over. We became the food, and with that, the food-only run of Baldur's Gate has been completed. You know what they say. If you can't find them, be them. Or something. You are what you eat? The metaphor's lost on me. Thanks for watching. See me again in part 2 where I actually do this run properly, except obviously this is going to be a multi-part series because this game is long as fudge. Hopefully next time we can find some food to use. Because it ain't looking good, Chief. It ain't looking good.